All right, everybody, welcome to BO Boys for Wednesday, September 17th. Fuck it, it's a raw feed. We're doing it virtually, web exclusive. I'm Clayton.
Whoa, I'm Pat, and today Star Member continues bonus episode. That's right. You're probably thinking again, these guys, and it's like, yeah, that is right because Star Member is jam packed with stars, and maybe none bigger than our special festival, our chief festival correspondent, the one, the only Max Sloth is here. Welcome back to the BO Boys, Max.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on again to cover another festival. It's an honor to be a part of Star Member. I'm glad to be talking TIFF, and we talked Sundance earlier in the year, so I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, this is a big one. I mean, TIFF, for those who don't know, is the Toronto International Film Festival. And this is sort of the kickoff to the Oscars. You got the mug. Okay, Max,
Merge.
for we are YouTubers, hey guys, and you're showing off your TIFF mug. How did you get that? Which movie gave you that mug, or did you get it as soon as you landed in Toronto?
I got it as soon as I landed in Toronto. This is made out of clay, and it was $20 Canadian, so it was a pretty penny, but it was worth it. So
Wow. But $20 Canadian, that's like about what? 18 cents American at this point, right? We,
yeah,
we get we get a deep discount.
it's like 2 pennies, yeah, basically.
Nice. Well, it looks great. I am excited to get into this festival coverage. And how long were you out in Toronto, Max?
I was there for 9 days. I saw 37 films total. That's an average of 4 films a day. And I can't wait to get into some of the stars I saw while attending TIFF.
Wow, 37 films, 4 a day. Are you lucid right now? I mean, that seems like, listen, we all love movies, but 37 films, 4 a day seems like it may have made you go a little off your rocker. But you seem on your rocker right now, but also who knows? We don't know you that well.
Yeah, well, I talked to my family about this. Their big concern was like, how did you eat and use the bathroom when watching
Hmm.
37 films? They said, well, the festival's well equipped with stuff like that. They got food, they got restrooms, so they got it all. TIFF's got
Okay.
it all. So I was perfectly fine to watch 4 movies a day, so
All right. So he bought his mug and his adult diapers at the airport, and Max was ready to go. So let's start. You gave us a list of and the hat. Look, my God,
It
spare
keeps.
no.
I hope a new piece comes every minute.
Yes,
yeah, got a lot of merch. I feel like Jeff Bach when he attends CinemaCon, so.
yeah. I am excited to see the Tiff undies, but we will save that for the end. That's the enticement to finish the entire video. So you gave us a list. I mean, the one I want to start with, because this feels like it could be an Oscar front runner, and it feels like it could be box office. A24's The Smashing Machine, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So I've heard some mixed things on this, but it seems like his performance is pretty universally praised. Tell us, Max, is this a Oscar contender, and is this box office?
I think The Smashing Machine will be box office. I think A24's priority with this movie is the box office. But a quick recap is that the Safdie brothers, who directed Uncut Gems, they split up as a collaboration, and one brother went to The Rock to make The Smashing Machine, and the other went to Timothy Chalamet to make Marty Supreme, the ping pong movie. And I think having seen the Smashing Machine, I think the priority is Marty Supreme, I gotta say. But I think
Wow.
I think the Smashing Machine will be popular at the Globes. I think he will get a Golden Globe nomination. It's just hard. I don't think he's gonna get an Oscar nomination, having seen the movie. I don't think so.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've been hearing he could be a contender to win. You're saying no nom nom nom. Okay, why is that? Is he actively bad in this movie, or do you don't think he has the scene?
I just don't think it's kind of a conventional sports movie, and I don't think he's got enough juice to get an Oscar nom, especially in a crowded year. We've got so many films coming up, so I I
Wow.
I think I Golden Globes definitely, but the Golden Globes has two categories for actor and actress, so
Hmm, hmm.
I think it'll be a very popular Globes movie.
All right. I mean, Clayton, are you surprised to hear this?
I'm
Max Sloth saying
surprised.
no nom 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 for The Rock.
I mean, I'm surprised, but I mean, the thing too is that you always have to take into account how people, what people think of these people who work with them, right? The Rock. And,
Mm,
a lot of
yeah.
arrogance around The Rock, a lot of peeing in Voss bottles and handing them off to PAs. And I know
Yeah.
PAs aren't in the academy, but this
But
could
their
be
dads are
their
often.
dads are, yeah.
Right.
And, there could be a matter of it's not going to be this easy for you.
Hmm.
Like, we're not going to just hand you a nom 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 the first decent movie you do
Right.
in like what 30 years or whatever, not 30 years, I'm sorry, but like in like 15, 20 years. And so I think that uh he could get close but not get it, and it could be a show us more,
Yeah. Yeah.
show us more. You made us a lot of money at a point, then you sort of stopped, and now you want to win gold, and it doesn't work that way, buddy. Get in
Okay.
line.
Yeah, I could see that. This could be his uncut gems in the
Yes, yes,
his
Safdie
getting
brothers.
close. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the same thing is true with Christy. People were loving Christy, the Sydney Sweeney movie out of TIFF, but when you see the movie, it's a very standard sports boxing movie. It's based on Christy Martin. Her life was what inspired Million Dollar Baby, but I think she'll be popular with the Globes, like I said with The Rock, but I don't think Sydney Sweeney is going to get an Oscar nomination.
Wow. I mean, here's the thing though. In a world in which I could just program the Oscars for ratings,
Mhm.
you get The Rock in there for Best Actor. You get Sydney Sweeney in there for Best Actress. You get, I mean, we'll talk about another TIFF movie. You get Conan O'Brien in there for Supporting Actor. And you make this a show that people actually care about seeing. So I think that's a mistake if they don't do that. So I
Yeah,
just
so
want to talk
I
about,
only
oh,
I'm sorry, I didn't see the trailer, but I only saw stills, and I thought that the movie was about Richard Christy from the Howard Stern show. So it's not a biopic about Sal's best friend and prank phone call co-writer.
No,
It's not. It's about some fighter or something.
yeah, it's
some
about a fight.
female boxer, first
Okay.
professional female boxer. Yeah, it's Christy Martin. Sydney Sweeney. I mean, the big thing with this movie, I don't think it's gonna do well at the box office because it's the distributor is Black Bear Entertainment,
Mm.
and
Okay.
her last few movies were Eden and Americana, which didn't do Bafa Bobo, as we know.
No,
But
no.
and it's getting released in early November. So I mean, it's got a good slot. But if it makes a ton of money, then sure, give her an Oscar nomination. So
So do you think that Smashing Machine though could be a box office movie? Obviously, The Rock is very famous, and if it is a
yes,
conventional sports movie, then maybe that is what will work. The Rock in a conventional sports movie around the holidays. Oh, this comes out what, October? So you're not quite in that November. Families are looking for something to watch together over Thanksgiving to not talk to each other. But I mean, it could be, even if it's not an Oscar movie, it could be a movie that just dudes want to see The Rock in a conventional sports movie.
it feels like Iron Claw, in my opinion, which didn't get any Oscar nominations. But I do think I think it will be successful with audiences financially. Um, but I think Timothy Chalamet's getting in for the Safdie brother Marty Supreme movie, but I don't
Okay.
think The Rock is gonna also get in. I don't think two Safdie brother nominations in a 5-person category is a
Right, right.
yeah.
And what about Emily Blunt? Because she's got some Oscar supporting buzz, or is she just basically playing phone wife?
She's playing the conventional wife role, but she's good in it. I was happy with her performance, but I'm not sure if. Well, supporting actress is actually kind of a weak year, so she might get in. I think she might get in.
All right, so Smashing Machine, Christy, not according to Max Sloth, not going to be big Oscar movies, but look
It'll
for
be
them.
tight. It'll be tight.
It'll be tight.
We need to have that Oscar opening where The Rock and Sydney Sweeney are battling it out, fighting in an octagon. That's what the ratings would. That's what the people want to see. That's where the ratings would be.
I mean, that's the thing. If they're both nominated for the Oscars, there's your opening sketch. There's your
And Conan
referee.
O'Brien's the referee. Yeah, of course.
Yes, it's. I mean, there it is. It writes itself. So, the next movie you had on your list is another one that going into TIFF was supposed to be a big audience favorite, slam doink Oscar movie. Brendan Fraser in Rental Family. I mean, it feels like that landed like, and I'm going to say it, a wet fart. But I mean,
Rectal Family.
Rectal Family.
The Rectal Family. Yeah. What did you think of Rectal Family starring Brendan Fraser?
So the point of this movie is I thought it was going to win the TIFF Audience Award, which usually goes to crowd pleasers, feel good movies, like films that make you happy. And it just didn't land with the audience at Toronto. Like, Brendan Fraser is good in it, but it's more like meme Brendan Fraser. That's the kind of humor we're going with here. It's not dramatic Brendan Fraser. It's like goofy Brendan Fraser, like I'm in a comedy. And I wanted to say this movie is basically the filmed version of when Pat travels to Europe. It's like it's an American tourist who is making connections with citizens in a foreign country, and they're reflecting on their lives. It might hit home for you.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Here's the thing: I had no interest in this movie. Not a huge Brendan Fraser guy, and the premise did nothing for me. But as soon as you said this is Pat goes to Europe, now I'm in, because to watch me in a movie going to Europe would be one of my greatest joys. Greatest joy would be seeing a movie about me going to Europe while I'm in Europe, to see that in a Parisian movie theater. That's the ultimate. So now I'm in. Clayton, are you intrigued by this Rectal Family, which is about me going to Europe?
No, and it's funny because I don't know where my head is tonight, but when Max said Pat goes to Japan, I thought of the disgraced SNL character, and I was trying to put it together. I was like, wow, that's a choice for Brendan Fraser to make, to do a Pat impersonation. I mean, that would be the biggest sort of curveball since Johnny Depp did a Michael Jackson impersonation when he was in the what's that?
The Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Yeah. And listen, that worked.
No, he did Michael Jackson in
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
He did Keith Richards.
Right. Of course.
In Pirates. So that was where I was at. No, of course I don't want to see you gallivanting to other countries. That's boring. I don't even ask you to see pictures when you come back or videos. We just don't even talk about it.
No, I try and show them to you. I basically rickroll you with pictures of me walking around Paris.
Mm-hmm.
You think
as soon as I see like a baguette, you holding a baguette, I just immediately throw my phone in the trash compactor.
Right.
And real quick, I wanted to say, we know Clayton's not going to Tokyo anymore. Anytime soon. He's an American boy. But I want to say real quick on Rental Family, Brendan Fraser, this is the most memorable part of the movie. Brendan Fraser is boots on the ground in Tokyo, and he immediately starts visiting the local massage parlors in Tokyo to do whatever. I've never been, so I don't know what he's doing in there, but that's a subplot in the movie.
So does he go there and then he's like, also, do you have change for the vending machines? Did he bring a bunch of ones so he could get change for the famous vending machines that are over there in Tokyo?
Yeah, let's just say it. The used panty vending machines. Does Brendan Fraser in Rectal Family hit up any used panty vending machines?
Yeah, it's a very comedic scene. He's like, "Oh, what am I doing here?" And he's trying to. Whatever. He's doing
whatever. Now this movie is very interesting to me because Clayton knows this, and I might as well announce this because will affect our BO schedule in a few months. I will be going to Tokyo.
Okay.
So this really does hit home for me now, this Rectal Family movie.
Well,
Because
I'm
I will
trying
be
to
in
sell it.
Tokyo.
I'm trying to sell it the best I can, so.
You're selling it well. And listen, I will be traveling with my wife, parentheses Borat.
Borat.
And but I do have to see Brendan Fraser going to these massage parlors. What's the deal with those as I get ready for my trip? So whether this movie, so now the Oscar buzz, you would say, is dissipated for
Yeah,
this.
no, not an Oscar movie. I
Not an
thought
Oscar
maybe
movie.
he would get a bump because it was a huge season with The Whale, but this is not going Oscar gold, or nomination.
No,
So,
Max, in those scenes where he goes to the massage parlors, does a QR code pop on the screen for someone like Pat to maybe like snap and just maybe give like put
an
a pin
address.
somewhere? Yeah, like an address, a
Yeah,
pin.
or like some kind of discount for the
Yeah,
parlor used in the film.
20% off.
Yeah, if you scan this while you watch Rectal Family in the theater, you
It's
get a
really
coupon.
it's really in depth on the Tokyo culture and community, and he's going to massage bars. That's a part of the community, so it's really detailed. It's detailed.
Yeah, it's a
So do you
thing
think
that you're
yeah.
expected to do when you go on vacation with or without your wife, parentheses Borat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
it feels very broad and not respectful to the culture of other people to me from what you're describing, and so I'm out.
You're out. You're
Yes.
out. You're out.
Respectively, I have to say I'm out.
You're out. So the movie, though, that seems to be in has become an absolute. This is going to be a behemoth at the Oscars. Hamnet,
Mhm.
directed by Chloe Zhao, whose last film was Eternals. So, obviously she won Best Director in the COVID year for the Amazon movie. So, what you saw this? Is this
Yes.
real? Is the Hamnet buzz for real?
And spectacular.
I put a little parentheses in my email. I said Oscar frontrunner because I'm here to tell you Jessie Buckley, who plays the wife in this movie, she is going to win Best Lead Actress in this film. Done deal. Done deal. I think.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
it's a period piece. She gives a phenomenal performance. She's great. The Academy loves her from The Lost Daughter and Women Talking. She's gotten nominations before, so I think it's done deal. I think she's winning. I think it will be a crafts player. I think it will be in for Best Picture. I know it's winning Best Actress. That's what I know.
Wow.
I love
It
that. I
is
mean, I love
winning.
Jessie Buckley.
So would you say did you personally, let's say Max Saloth gets into the Academy, are you as of now you're voting for Jessie Buckley based on what you've
Yeah.
seen?
Yes, she's the front runner. She's gonna run away with it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So now what about picture director is Chloe Zhao gonna win 2 Oscars as the bread sandwiched around Eternals, the worst
Yeah,
Marvel movie ever made, a series that is full of bad movies.
I will say Hamnet is a return to art house. Like it's very artsy done. It follows William Shakespeare, played by Paul Mescal, and his wife, played by Jessie Buckley, as they deal with the loss of a child. So, Kingo is not showing up in this movie, played by Kamal Nanjiani. This is a very
Okay.
serious,
Yeah.
artsy take for the Academy. And she did well with Nomadland, so I think she'll do well again this year. I'm not. I can't say win, but definitely nomination.
Max, you could have literally said any word and told us that that was his character, Kumail's
From
character in Eternals, and we would have nodded our head because we just don't know.
We
We don't
don't
care to
yeah,
know, and we don't know.
yeah, Chicken and Broccoli. That's his character.
That's did Paul Mescal have to inject himself with chicken and broccoli for Hamnet the way that Kumail Nanjiani had to do for? I think it's going on now about 10 or 11 years to be in the Eternals.
Paul Mescal is yoked in real life. He's jacked. He's playing William Shakespeare, but he's built. He's cut. So it's just standard for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we do know that William Shakespeare did a lot of hit workouts.
Yeah,
Definitely, yeah, high impact. Yeah, he
Yeah,
definitely did
yeah.
all that stuff.
Well,
He was
you could tell
training.
if you were any kind of English major worth their salt, you would know just based on his writing that Shakespeare only ate elk meat. He only ate elk meat,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
he was yoked. We don't know how many people were Shakespeare, whether Shakespeare was a man or a woman. We just know that Shakespeare was yoked. That is the one thing we know. So, all right. So Hamnet is an Oscar frontrunner. Okay, here's a movie. I want to jump to something that I'm really interested in seeing. I can't wait. You have here, it comes out October 10th, also from A24. If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, starring Rose Byrne and Conan O'Brien. Is Conan O'Brien really? Because from what I've seen, he's billed second. Is he the co-star of this movie?
He's the second biggest star in the movie. He has a supporting role as a therapist, as Rose Byrne's therapist, and he hates his job being her therapist. And it's a comedic role in a drama.
Okay.
He's good in it. He's a good actor. Imagine them playing his acting clip while he's hosting the Academy Awards. It's a no-brainer. But I did want to say Rose Byrne will be nominated for this film for Best Actress. That's my prediction. That's a
Okay.
prediction. In my opinion, she will be nominated. She's amazing in the movie. I think she deserves it. And she's been promoting since Sundance into Toronto. She's on the campaign trail. So
Is
Now
it a
I've
tour de force? That's what the word I've heard is tour de force. Is that what you would say is Rose Byrne's performance?
it's her best performance of her career.
Wow.
And it's very dramatic take on motherhood, I'll say.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've heard about this movie that it is like a panic attack. It's been described as that, and I feel like she'll get nominated for sure. People love her. She's a great actor and is due.
Mhm.
Although she may have been, I'm not sure. She could have been nominated for something else, but I mean, definitely. I've heard it won't win much else just because it's not the type of movie that the Academy loves. But her performance is great, and it would, for an industry that so-called loves to entertain, they really aren't really fun when they nominate people for the Oscars because we're mentioning all the people they should nominate to make the program entertaining, and you have to nominate Conan. Just snub one of the old English actors you were going to nominate for supporting that wasn't going to win anyway, and put him in there so the whole night can be about him losing the Oscar
Yes.
and make that the last thing that they announce and have him just be so upset that he loses.
That would be an amazing gag if Conan O'Brien got nominated for Best Supporting Actor and then they put that category last.
Yeah. Because you can't get it first. You can't do it first because then the disgruntled thing it'd be like the Nate Bargatze, hey, pay, get off the stage or you have to pay for charity or whatever. That misbegotten garbage.
I mean, definitely, I would say listen, we're not the TV award show critic guys, huh?
Huh?
The worst thing that has ever been on an award show. I mean, I think Rob Lowe dancing with the who did he dance with? The dancing Snow Whites
Snow
and
White.
whatever that was that is commonly thought of. That's the worst bit in the history of award shows. I think Nate Bargatze has usurped him. Rob Lowe could finally be at rest after what Nate Bargatze did on this Emmy Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, I mean, it was a disgrace. It was a despicable act. But
he's no what was the Joe Coy? He's no Joe Coy,
he's no Joe Coy. I think yeah. Joe Coy fans.
Joe Coy's off the hook.
Off the hook. Yeah. He's off the hook. James Franco.
Yeah, he
off
was
the hook.
amazing in comparison.
Well,
Yeah,
off the hook for the Oscars. Off the hook for the
yeah,
for
Oscars,
the Oscars.
specifically on the hook for so many other things.
Yes,
whatever.
But yes, I think James Franco could now put out a press release for this one thing. I'm finally off the hook for being the worst award show host. You guys have to admit I'm off the hook because of Nate Bargatze.
We're completely forgetting about the gentleman who did the SAGs. Remember?
I'm
talking
Gerard
about, right?
Carmichael.
Yeah,
it was a therapy session.
Yeah.
He's
off the hook. He's off the hook because of this.
I don't know.
The Boys and Girls Club nonstop single joke for 4 hours.
Yeah,
worst bit of all time. Conan O'Brien, he's going to be hosting the Oscars. I mean, do you think there is going to be? Do you think there will be Oscar buzz for his performance, or will it just be looked at as he's surprisingly good in this movie that Rose Byrne could get an Oscar nomination for?
I want to say this right now. If Conan O'Brien doesn't get nominated, the BO Boys have to protest and make it that they shot themselves in the foot if he doesn't get nominated. It has to happen, Every episode be like, why didn't they nominate him? Because it's deserving of the bit alone at the Oscars.
Yes. We will run it into the ground. Even worse than Nate Bargatze ran his bit into the ground at
For Christ's sakes, will somebody think about the bits?
Somebody
just think about the bits.
Someone think about the bits. Listen, this would be. They should have nominated Letterman for Cabin Boy the year that he hosted the Oscars. This is a chance to rectify that.
Exactly.
So let's not make the Letterman not get a Cabin Boy nomination mistake again. So I'm looking forward to that movie. That is one that I'm excited about. Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out 3. So it's getting a sort of theater thing. I mean, here's the thing. Clayton is doing the Netflix. Clayton, are you napping? Okay. Clayton he just passed out. For those of you not watching on YouTube, this is why you have to watch on YouTube to get the full story. I said Knives Out 3, and Clayton instinctively passed out. He is asleep. So, Max, while Clayton sleeps through our Knives Out 3 discussion, I've heard this movie is more dramatic than the other movies. That didn't wake Clayton up when I said that this threequel is more dramatic than the first two films. Is that true? Is there a different tone?
It's dramatic. It's gothic. Let's try waking Clayton up with it's better than Glass Onion. Or are we getting anywhere? We're not getting anywhere.
No, that he is sleeping harder. He's sleeping harder because we mentioned Glass Onion. Yeah, he's sleeping harder.
So Rian Johnson sold his soul to Netflix after Knives Out was a huge theatrical success. I will say, Wake Up Dead Man's better than Glass Onion. Josh Brolin plays a priest. There's a big religious element. Josh Brolin is a priest. He's having a big year with Weapons, Running Man, and Knives Out. So he's cashing paychecks. I did want to say, let's see if this wakes him up. On the red carpet, Josh Brolin said the cast of Knives Out 3 loved each other so much that every day felt like a spontaneous orgy on set, that they loved each other so much. So,
we're talking about the cast of Knives Out 3 really getting along. Did that wake Clayton's neck maybe snapped from being so asleep? Yeah, so asleep.
So, if it's giving a limited theatrical, watch it on Netflix. I enjoyed it better than Glass Onion. Not as good as the first one, but I guess that's all I have to say.
This one, after the way they handled the theatrical release of Glass Onion, where it did that big opening weekend, and they still pulled it after 7 days. They just wouldn't let it stay in the theaters. I kind of don't care what their announcement is for this movie. I mean, this is a movie that should be in 3,000 theaters for 45 days exclusive, play in AMC's, make 150 million domestic. It's not going to happen. They're not going to let it happen. It's sad. It's sad to even hear about this movie coming because we just know it will not be allowed to make box office.
Is Josh O'Connor, the main character, getting Clayton excited, or Jeremy Renner having a small cameo?
I don't know. Jeremy, is this Jeremy Renner's first movie back since the lawnmower incident?
Yeah, I think it was a snowplow,
A
but yeah,
snowplow. Okay.
yeah.
Either way, they both could fuck you up real bad.
Yeah,
So
he's doing great. It was good to see him on both legs moving again. So he's
that's great.
functioning in this movie. He's breathing in this movie, so that's
That's
an accomplishment.
that's great. I only wish he'd be allowed to make his return in a movie that was playing
Mhm.
exclusively in theaters, including AMC's, for 45 days. Yeah, it's it's coming. I'm sure it'll be fine. What was the audience response? We haven't talked much about the audience to any of these. Did the audience respond in a way that was similar to how you remember seeing those first two Knives Out movies?
I'll say there's a lot of humor, a lot of yucking it up in the Knives Out movies, lots of jokes. Ryan Johnson's a clever writer, so the crowd was laughing. I'm sure if Clayton saw it, he'd fall asleep. So,
Yeah, yeah. So he
but
is the titular dead man, Clayton, that we need
yeah,
to wake up. Why don't we wake him up by moving on? I have some questions about a few movies in terms of what they are.
yeah.
What is Eternity from A24 in theaters November 14th? So
Oh, hey,
Well,
Max.
hey, how's it going, Clayton? We're
good to see you.
talking,
We're
wh-
talking Eternity.
which is a romance movie. I know you're a romance guy, Clayton. So,
Oh,
or any
yeah.
previous romance guy. This is Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, and Callum Turner, who's married to Dua Lipa. But anyway,
Okay.
this was received very successfully in Toronto. They said it's the rom-com of the year. They said it was the best like romance movie they've seen in a while. I don't know if either of you saw the trailer. It's like set in purgatory and you have to choose between the two loves of your life. But
Oh, that's rough.
it was very well received. So that's why I wanted to it comes out November 14th and Hope We Live in Time was last year. That was actually successful at the box office. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
similar play to that, so
It's an interesting premise. So it's basically the person you're married to, or the person that you were with in college, I guess, or early
a
in your life.
lost love, a lost
Lost
love.
love. I mean, think of that ending of Titanic.
Mhm.
That's a great premise for a movie where basically she walks, the old lady dies, and Kate Winslet goes up to wherever, and she walks past the guy she was probably married to for 50 years and goes
Mhm.
right to Leo, who she knew for 2 nights.
And
Who
she
she,
leaves her two kids behind, and she
yeah,
know her priorities are with Jack, Leo.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. I love this idea. It's like if that were a movie. What about? I mean, Clayton, are you excited to see Wanda from WandaVision choose between two different men in the
Dua
afterlife?
Lipa's husband, yeah.
One of them is Dua Lipa's husband, Clayton.
Yeah, I mean, I like the concept, but I'm not a fan of really any of those actors, to be honest with you. Miles Teller, was great in Maverick,
Hmm.
but I'm not a Elizabeth Olsen fan, and I don't know this guy from anybody. I
He's
mean,
married to Dua Lipa. You do need to
He's
reckon with that.
I do
yeah.
love Dua Lipa's book club. She's an avid reader. She's very smart. Not a fan of the music necessarily, but getting fiction out there, positive thing. But I don't know what her husband does. I guess he
Yeah,
acts. Yeah.
I'd be more excited for this movie. I'm with you, Clayton. If it was a different actress than Elizabeth Olsen, nothing against her, but I mean, listen, I know she can't be in everything, but if this were Jesse Buckley also,
Mhm.
then you got
Yeah.
something here. But it does have Divine Joy Randolph
Yeah.
and John Early. I mean, did you love
Oh,
it,
there
Max?
you go.
I haven't seen it. I just wanted to put it on your radar because it'll be a box office play, so
Yep.
but it got some of the best reviews of the festival. That's why I wanted to bring it up. So
So Roof Man, October 10th. Did you see this film?
I did, yes, Channing Tatum. I don't know if this will be a box office play, but I really enjoyed the movie. It's based on a real life criminal named Jeffrey Manchester who robbed multiple McDonald's in order to pay for his housing for his family. He gets sent to prison, he escapes, and he starts living in a Toys R Us.
Mm-hmm.
This is in the early 2000s, true story. And he ends up meeting Kirsten Dunst, who is a worker at the Toys R Us, and a little romance starts to brew. And what I liked about this movie is Channing Tatum is really good at both drama and comedy. So it's a dramedy, so I enjoy that when I can get it. And it's the director of Blue Valentine and Place Beyond the Pines, who is very dramatic, but he's got a lighter touch in this movie. So
You know what I like about this movie is this is people who work jobs that people actually work.
yeah.
Like he's not he's not an actor, he's not
Mhm.
playing a musician, he's not playing a writer, he's not playing a marketing guy or a hedge fund manager. He's a dude who works at a Toys R Us. And
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst works at a Toys R Us.
And he's got a great dynamic with the McDonald's employees because they're just trying to doing their job, and he's robbing the place multiple times, and they're like, "Dude, come on, really again?" And he's like, "Look, I got to support my family." I mean, it's more serious than that, but it's pretty comedic in the context of the movie.
So they weren't loving it, but
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
yeah,
But they were tolerating it.
yeah. They had a big smile on, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do wonder if this could be a box office hit because
Well, let me say, Pat, Channing Tatum had Dog and The
yep,
Lost City,
yep.
so he is box office royalty. I don't know what you say, but he's had hits, is what I'm trying to say. So
But he has had a dry spell though. Genuinely, like he's blinked twice, did not
oh.
do much. What did he just do that did Oh, I mean Fly Me to the Moon, my
Fly Me
Well,
to the
goodness.
Moon. Yeah,
he was in Deadpool and Wolverine as support. Scene Stealer, Scene Stealer.
yes,
So
he
As
was.
as Gambit.
Yeah,
yes,
I think this is the
it's a roll of the dice.
it's the zone that audiences like him in. They like him having the
Mhm.
light touch. They like him being playful. They like him in a romance. I think Channing Tatum, I mean, the box office legend, our box office daddy, Scott Mendelson, has said this many times about Channing Tatum. He's a lover, not a fighter. That
Mhm.
is where audiences want to see him. I don't know if listen, Kirsten Dunst isn't Sandy Bullock though, in terms of giving him a box office. We love Kirsten Dunst, but this ain't going to be Lost City. But I think this has a chance because I think people like to see Channing Tatum have fun. I'm looking forward to seeing this one.
I'll say the
Also,
other thing, sorry, that this trailer has been playing in front of a lot of movies that we've seen and a lot of movies
Yes.
that have done really well. And, Pat, you'd mentioned a couple times in the show how this and One Battle After Another were a sort of a tandem trailer, like back to back.
Yeah.
And that movie, from what the critics are saying and what it looks like could do box office wise,
Yeah.
that could be a very strong wind at the back of this movie when people go crazy for that movie and then want to see another good movie.
I hope so.
So, real quick, I'll say Channing Tatum is very charming in this movie, so I think that'll help audiences go see it. He's the center of the movie. And on PTA, his biggest movie was There Will Be Blood, which made like 50 million. I
Okay.
think One Battle After Another will make more than that. That's my prediction.
Yeah,
So,
it's
yeah.
we're looking forward to that. We've got a big guest for Star member who's going to help us preview that next week. So very excited. It'll be one battle after another week on the BO Boys next week. So Max, we want to get to the last couple to wrap up this big special episode. What is another movie that you saw that you want to tell the Wanna BO Boys, Wanna BO Girls, Wanna BO people
People.
about from TIFF?
Okay, so I'm glad you guys were positive on The Long Walk, which you said it did modestly well, and I agree. I saw it, I enjoyed it, but that starred Cooper Hoffman and David Johnson, and they both had movies at TIFF. I wanted to mention one. The Cooper Hoffman movie was called Poetic License, and the Cooper Hoffman, I thought he was good in Licorice Pizza, but he was literally
Mhm.
15 when he made it. He was a teenager. He is hilarious in this movie, Poetic License. It's directed by Judd Apatow's daughter. It's her directorial debut, and it really feels like a Judd Apatow comedy from the early 2000s. And Cooper Hoffman is so funny in this movie. Also in the movie is Andrew Barth Feldman, who was the star of No Hard Feelings with Jennifer
Mhm.
Lawrence.
Okay.
And he was in Saturday Night, which we don't talk about. But I'm saying these are good actors, and they're
Mhm.
really comedically funny in this movie. So I want to put that on. It doesn't have distribution though, but I'm really excited to see that with a crowd again. It was hilarious. And
Wow. So Maud Apatow has the goods. Maud
yes,
Apatow has
a
the goods. You heard it here.
comedic filmmaker, so
Wow. Wow. Okay.
I wanted to mention the David Johnson movie Waste Man, which is a prison drama. David Johnson is a great performer. I think he's going to be nominated for an Oscar one day, and this is a dark prison drama, but I think it'll be coming out soon. I'm not sure exactly when, maybe next year. But so the 2 stars of the Long Walk had good movies, and the last one I want to mention is Sentimental Value, which is a neon movie.
Yes.
This is getting Oscar nominated, and I will say my prediction is Stellan Skarsgård will win Best Supporting Actor for
Wow.
playing the father in this movie. I hold me to it. If
We will.
when the
We
Oscars
will.
ceremony ends, you can see if Stellan Skarsgård is holding that Oscar, and I'm pretty confident he will be. So yeah.
Wow. Um, did the Bomback play at Toronto, Jay Kelly? That's the one where
No.
Sandler had. Okay, so that's probably playing at the New York Film
It
Festival.
is. It
Okay.
is. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stellan Skarsgård for Best
Supporting.
Supporting Actor. Wow. Wow. I mean,
So you're
sentimental
doing
value.
Sir you're doing Sir Buckley and Skarsgård.
Those
Yeah.
are my predictions for winners. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, Sentimental Values, that's the director of Worst Person in the World, which I think was my number one film of the year that came out. I think I had it first. I'm not a critic, but I do make
Huh.
lists sometimes. I'm excited for this movie. So you liked it. You
Oh,
were a thumbs up.
I've thought about it more since seeing it. I can't wait for Neon to put it out, but it's going to be a big awards play, is what I'm saying. So
Excited for
Wow.
that as well.
look out for it. Yeah.
Wow. And anything else that you saw that you think could do any kind of box office? Did you see anything? And
Uh,
not counting re-releases or anniversaries, if they had a special screening of Back to the Future, that doesn't count.
okay, last one that has box office potential is Nuremberg, which is it's a
Okay.
dad play, the Nuremberg trials. This is like something you could see on History Channel. And
Hmm.
the cast is stacked. It's Rami Malek, Michael Shannon, and Russell Crowe as Hitler's right-hand man. Who doesn't want to see Russell Crowe as Hitler's right-hand man? Hermann Goring, I think is his name. But Russell Crowe is on trial for war crimes, and this is a dad movie. So yeah,
Yeah,
it'll
I mean that's a great character. That's a great name for a Russell Crowe character. Like I
Herman.
like it, you could have imagined that his character from Unhinged was named like Hank Goring.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're
Um,
related, definitely.
yeah.
Distantly.
I wasn't feeling the dad box office when you were rattling off that cast list until you got to Russell Crowe. Then I was
Yeah.
like, okay, now I could see my father-in-law getting in the station wagon and going out to the theater.
Yeah, I think he's playing German in this, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
you gotta see that.
okay. So I could see that over the holidays, families. I don't know. I don't want to talk to you anymore. We're arguing about who's a Nazi, who's not a Nazi. Let's all go see Nuremberg. That's
Exactly.
yeah.
Yes.
All right. So very exciting. So Max, where can the wannabe boys, wannabe girls, wannabe people
People.
get more of your work, your thoughts, your reporting on the movie business?
I started a podcast recently. It's available on Spotify and Apple. It's looking forward to upcoming movies, and I got accredited it for TIFF for press. So
Amazing.
along with I mentioned the BO boys, so they said, "Oh, we got to let this guy in."
Yeah.
So
That opened a
but
lot of doors. A lot of porta johns probably. You got to
yeah,
cut in line.
Yeah, a lot of Canadian access. My show is called Anticipation Boulevard. You can find it on Apple and Spotify. So yeah.
We will be getting on that. So everyone go listen to Anticipation Boulevard for more great movie coverage like this from Max Sloth. Max, thank you very much. Of course, everyone email us theboboyspodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on social media at theboboyspod, Instagram, TikTok. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, 5 stars in Apple Podcasts. And that is it, guys. I am spent, Clayton and Max. I'm done.
Pat,
Yeah.
I finished.
Great, perfect.
And you've said too much. There's nothing left to be said.
All right, so we could leave now.
Except for until next time, we'll smell you at the box office. Nailed it.